They think it's all over. It is now. Just believe, must dare to dream. Get it, but did we let it deceive? Because it did seem for a while could should trust our team to achieve the improbable. All right, impossible, famous reprieve. How hard is it to beat them in their backyard? So a smidgen of a smile. England go to town, take the crown, frown turn upside down, plenty of plaudits to receive. A revelation, appropriate approbation for our nation as we level the series, managed to weave a famous win and weren't cheated and defeated by the devil of spin. It was so tense, immense, but maybe we took leave of our senses. Sensational in splatters, but perhaps flatters the absurd, have a word, dismal, abysmal defences of our batters on the third day of play, which was what really matters, as not so mighty blighty against the ropes clatters. Our face shatters. What can I say? Left bereft by the heft of the theft, our hopes in tatters. Baz Jazz, no lie, still something of a surprise, reinventing of the oldest, boldest sort of this sport, preventing its demise. All eyes on the prize, entertainment rather than containment, fun in the sun for everyone. But can surmise, as the Indians snort their retort, that their match report was oi oi Savaloy, what about us? Why all the fuss about Big Ben and his merry bunch of men? What was the score again? Got a hunch the host don't like me thinks to lunch on our droll boast and drinks toast. The shout about how we are the new soul, having a shot at moving the goalposts of the game. Stop the rock, get it out of its hole. The plan's liked a lot by the fans in the stands paying for their ticket. No dull lull, no board draw, more is more, zest is best, run down the wicket. Not just swaying, but a brand new spanking new way of playing and slaying. Yep, Stokes' law. Test cricket is staying, but will now forever never be the same. So where to begin with this famous Indian win? No glib fibs, he's always fickle. One who likes to tickle our ribs, makes the heart jump, in the throat a lingering lump. His fingering art casts us asunder, blunder by blunder, us under the pump, top trumps, deserves fist bumps as he gets the ball to trickle onto our chump stumps. Well, his nibs wanted first dibs on the new cherry, made him very merry, us like babies in bibs. More shine and bounce, which will be fine to make the visitors flounce, derail as they flail and fail, to no avail, not just muddled, but completely befuddled, so he can pounce and trounce. Newsreels about the rage of this sage taking centre stage, our batters like budgies in a gilded cage, layers peeled, wounds not healed, out in the field, the bleakness and meekness of our weakness revealed. Victory sealed, as though he had planned to grandstand the Ravichan brand. At his age, a dodgy deal to steal the back page. Sort of had a premonition of the potential exponential demolition, because yes, this was the latest, greatest, magical, tragical, well for us, glowing rendition of an ongoing, flowing, tantalizing tradition. This edition showing yet again the known precision of a physician, the chic of sleek tweak, this kingpin of spin, a mesmerizing mercurial magician, a terrific twister, as our boys sunk to the man of mystery, again making history, couldn't debunk that monk of funk, Mr. Ashwin, simply saying, yep, take note of how I'm playing. Did it float your boat? Because not one to gloat, but maybe I should get the vote as the ultimate go. Another winner spinner we failed to address, must confess, had us in a right mess like a master of chess. Yes, you can guess. Cold deep with secrets to keep, saw chances to reap. The turn was steep, just the ticket for a wicket on the cheap. Another victim on the slag heap, as he somehow managed to not just peep, seep, creep, but leap into the batter's brain. Then feeling the strain, couldn't restrain or refrain from being slain. Done like a kipper by another insane ripper yet again. Reputations to stain, our fellows' inane efforts in vain. Ah, the disdain can detect, I suspect, that this will remain a subject of abject pain. Remember, Yanaf isn't even a regular member of the side, but gets to conquer the slide, drift, lift, side spin, drag, rag and lag, spit a bit, so he can blag, snag more scalps for his swag bag. The cold eat rave, the path to defeat he does pave. Having a laugh, another close shave. You'd have to scoff, this is a game you can't chance save. A disaster you won't stave off. And as you can tell, the way our lads fell, we might as well just wave the white flag, except that loser tag. Then Rohit doing his bit, Sharma the snake charmer, can then bring on to the song of the gong, the media throng. Let us not forget the same Hall of Fame, another star name in the frame, for our boys to blame, someone they just couldn't tame, who's always in the game. Yep, Jadu, another decent recent return, such a shame. Stokes blokes looking stern, clear concern, spurn our chance to learn, because on the day, they still can't really clearly discern what shot they yearn to play, which way it will turn. It stank. Us deluded, we shrank, seduced then denuded, as the flashes of hope sank, reduced to ashes in an urn. On this rank turner, you're gonna tank. Only yourselves to thank. burn, baby, burn, Bunsen burner. The classical slow, soft hand know where the chestnut will land, Joe Show, back to being the man who can with a land reveal his master plan. Yep, I'm a big fan. Such grace at his own pace, controls time and space. A boyish grin on his face, in his eye that glint, just a hint of stubble in his special place. There's no trouble when he's in this bubble. You can suss, Joe, don't you know, we'll go on the double without a fuss to rescue us from the rubble. And what about Bash, the new boy of Tweak? Looks like a caricature with his don't get litigious but rather prodigious beak. But what an overture! Great first rate week. A beautiful burst. His thirst, raw but pure, never unsure as we saw his first 5-4. And there could have been more as he kept knocking at the door on his debut tour. We are all now believers of this lad bowling cunning deceivers with those stunning larraping long levers. Another kid who did bid to get the nut to skid, his partner in crime also having a prime time. Another lanky who looks rather swanky, the sort who could sport a paisley pattern hanky, J.R. Hartley. Put him in a top hat, he'd look like an old school aristocrat, but doff me cap, top chap, rat-a-tat-tat. He never looks flat, a slight lack of control might take its toll, ball whacked back down the track, but when on a roll, he's been up for the splat, up for the crack, handles all the chat. A pretty cool tall cat. Big Ben looks after his men and his skid kids. Let's just rewind, because it'd be hard to find a skipper with such a great mind who's so kind. And mate, got the magic touch. Someone the lads will always get behind, follow blind. On the dotted line they all signed. Well, one of Stokes' ploys is to shun the noise that can stun his boys' fun, belittle their poise and skittle their joys. A noise destroys. They won't come to any harm. Many a friendly cuddle, natural charm round them his arm, on their own alone or in the huddle. Stokes never halts, doesn't see their faults, but instead rates their best traits. A new state where you don't eradicate tear what makes them great, got them there, but let them replicate with flair and without a care, determine their own homegrown fate. It's hard to hate, as Ben does share a spate of new talent on a plate. Critics to sate, then tribes of scribes with negative vibes to slate. Heard about those DRS bribes? Nice one, mate. Well, thought as we say goodbye to this series should try to end on a high. Why, well, on a lighter, brighter note, time we spoke, so going to take the might help to evoke a joke about how we did choke another poor stroke, like a string spoke on a bike. That line just for you, all thriller, no filler, all banger, no clanger, gorilla. So no, don't provoke or poke the Indian bear, because there lies only despair we can't repair. Cheers, tears, jeers, so nears, fears and beers, we all did share with our peers, because we all did care. No, it wasn't bloody fair. Sad, but this is not just some mad, rad fad, which some still reject, causes offence, but not sitting on the fence when it hurts, in defence of a perfectly conceived, but often wrongly perceived pretense. It's not too late to simply state, still gives me a thrill. Emotions did spill, really dearly glad I was there. Well, what do you expect? Don't detect a defect, still rape as jazz. You can all select or elect me as a prefect for this new cool school, so it does get respect, not past tense, for fuck's sake. It's not Baz Badball, not suspect, a mistake to shake, something to eject, does still rule. No wish to even console those who dish out the insult. It's just a weird adult cult. Flunkies and junkies who don't give a monkeys about the result. We're not flops, but top of the pops. Got what it does take. Not being dense, still fits the bill, not a fake, a 99er with a double flake. So ready, steady, set to shock. Don't even give a bit of a shit. Let us knock out those hits. Get such tasty bits with much Ben and Baz pizzazz. Always will make perfect sense.